Shall we begin, Abraham? Abraham, time. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. You can start it, ma'am. But I'll be listening, ma'am. But I won't be able to open my video, ma'am, is because for some reason my laptop is just not opening. I'll get it started in the afternoon.
Okay, that is okay, Abraham, then. Okay, because I'm going to start right now. We are already half the time late. Okay, please try to join that time tomorrow. From tomorrow on, please try to join that time. Okay, by
Yes,
7:40, you log in. Okay.
yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. I never knew my laptop would take so much of time. I think it normally happens faster.
Okay. Okay. 17th chapter, light. Today we will start a new chapter. We see every object in this world with our eye, but we cannot see anything in dark, even using our eye. Therefore, to see in the dark, we need both light and eyes. What is light? How is light produced? What is the role of an object's transparency, opaqueness, and translucency in emission of light? How is light helpful in forming an image in the mirror? What is the structure of eyes? If somebody has myopia, that is short sightedness, then what is the latest technique of overcoming it? We will learn all of this in the chapter. Now, light. We use torch, candle, or electric bulb to see in a dark room. We also use lantern, lamp, Petromax, mercury rod to see in dark. All these are man-made light emission tools. The natural sources of light are sun and stars. Okay, the sources from which we get light There are some artificial sources that are made by humans, such as bulbs, tube lights, okay, light emitting rods, and all. And there are natural sources of light that are not made by humans, but that also give light, such as sun and stars. Okay, the light emitted by these sources, by all these resources, first fall on objects. These objects reflect light on our eyes. Then we can see these objects. When the light that they produce, when the light that these sources produce, they first fall on objects, and then that is reflected on our eyes, and we are able to see them. Now, light is also an energy like heat, okay? And we see things with the help of it, okay? It helps us to see things. Now, what are the sources of light? Objects which emit light are called light sources or sources of light. These include sun, star, candle, lamp, electric bulb, etc. Sun is the natural source of light in nature, and stars are also a source of light. Stars are more distant from Earth in comparison to the sun. Therefore, they look small and less shining. Also, the sun is very big. Okay, the sun is very big, which it is like very big in size compared to the Earth. Okay, compared to the other stars. So that is why we get so much of light from it. Fireflies and some fishes in the ocean also emit light. Okay, fireflies and some fishes also emit light. All these items emit light. They are known as luminous objects. Those objects which emit light are known as luminous objects, whereas objects like table, chair, book, utensils, they do not have their own light. Therefore, they are known as non-luminous objects. Luminous objects are a source of light. We can see non-luminous objects in the light of luminous objects. Okay, we can see those objects which do not have their own light by the light that is given by the objects which have their own light. Okay, so having light are known as luminous, and those who do not have their own light are known as non-luminous objects. Now, natural and artificial sources of light. Moon emits light in moonlit night. This gives an this gives an illusion that moon is a luminous object, but it is not so. Okay. Moon, we know that in the night, moon shines and gives light. Okay. And we think that moon is a luminous object or moon gives light, but that is not true. Why? Because moon emits that light which it received from the sun. Okay, which it received from the sun. Moon does not have its own light, but it receives the light from the sun, and that light it reflects back to the earth. Okay, the only natural source of light are sun and stars. All planets, satellites, and other objects shine by the light of stars. Okay, the main source or the only natural source are sun and stars. Okay, now humans have made some artificial sources of light like gas lamp, candle, kerosene lamp, Petromax electrical bulb, fluorescent tube, etc. These are artificial sources, means things that gives us light but are man-made. Okay. Okay. Emma, can you turn on your video now? Abraham, have you joined with laptop? Am I audible? Please join on time from tomorrow, Emma. Okay.
Ma'am, my Wi-Fi was not working and I'm not able to connect on my laptop, so I've joined by my phone.
Okay. You joined by your phone. Oh, that's okay, no problem. Abraham, did you join by laptop now?
No, ma'am, my laptop is not opening, ma'am. It's like it automatically has just changed its password. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Okay, then that is okay. After the class, you can fix it. Now, sources of hot and cold light. Sun, electric bulb, kerosene lamp, etc. are the sources of hot light. This emits heat with light. Okay. Some sources of light emit energy in the form of light, like firefly, fluorescent tube, etc. They are cold sources. Okay. Now, hot sources of light and cold sources of light, or sources of hot and cold light, what are they? When a source emits heat as well as light. Okay. When a source emits heat as well as light, they are known as sources of hot light. Okay. Such as electrical bulbs, kerosene lamp, and the sun. Sun, we get light, but we also feel heat of the sun. Right. So these are sources of hot light. But some they do not produce heat but emit energy in the form of light. Okay, such as firefly, fluorescent tube, etc. These are known as cold sources of light. Okay. Now, the difference between the frequency of light sources. We know that all sources of light do not give equal light. Some have more shine, some have less. You must have observed that if source of light is far away from us, we see less shine in it. Okay, less shine in it. Now, some sources have more shine, some sources have less shine. Okay, bulbs also, some are more brighter than the others. Okay, others are less brighter. Also, it depends on the distance. Okay, on the distance. If we are near to the source, then we will see more light. But if we are far away from the source, if like you're traveling on a road, okay, you're traveling on a road, okay, and the trees are here, both the sides, okay, trees are here, and far away, like you're traveling, it's dark in night, okay, and somewhere far away, you will see a dot, okay, very small dot, okay, of light. Now, that is what somebody's home, okay, that is what somebody's home or some place, somebody's farm or somebody's home. That one dot only you will see of light, white dot you'll see.
Ma'am, from space.
From space, no, in the on the land only.
Ma'am, when we are seeing from far away, we can see one dot of light.
Yes, we only see one dot of light, but when we move closer we will see the entire house that is light up by the light, or we will see like more when we move. If we go in the direction of that house, we'll be able to see more area covered by light. Okay, why? Because we are close to the source, so we'll be able to see more. We'll be able to see all that the light is shining upon. But if you're taking a look at it from far away, you will only see one dot of light. Okay, this
Ma'am,
happens. Yes,
ma'am, but that small dot of light is still illuminating something. It's
yes,
It's still your eye is still catching it, ma'am. But the thing is that it won't bounce off the surroundings or something like that. That's why I think
Yes,
they don't get eliminated.
yes,
Coming
Abraham,
straight
correct.
to the eye.
Correct. Absolutely. Okay. It is still shining the light. Okay. And we'll be able to see it because we are far away. Okay. The light, the objects or the things it's shining on is not reflected in our eyes. Okay. Because we are far away from it. So we'll not be able to see those things, but we'll be only able to see the source in the form of a dot. Okay. Same way, same way. Sometimes an aircraft or something is passing from in the sky above, which is very far from us. Okay, sometimes we can only see a blinking red light. Okay, we can only see a blinking red light. Okay, but we cannot see the full aircraft clearly. Okay, we cannot see because it's very far. We can only see the blinking red light. But if we take a closer look, or if we try to like see it closely and use some telescope or something, we'll be able to see that it is a full aircraft. We'll be able to see it clearly. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, in the night, ma'am, the blinking air light, I think, is there to signify that there's an aircraft in the air, ma'am. And also, ma'am, a telescope can magnify light, meaning like it can make light come a bigger. It can magnify, ma'am, but I don't. But ma'am, to see the entire aircraft, you don't need that small light. You need light coming from you or coming from another place to bounce off the aircraft and see you, ma'am. And ma'am, sometimes blinking lights are put on buildings to tell the pilot that there is a building here. You cannot just crash land here.
Mhm. Okay. Yep. The building part is true. Okay, building part is true. But aircrafts also have like blinking lights. Some of them have blinking lights.
Yeah, ma'am. I'm saying that's to identify the aircraft, but I'm saying, ma'am, we cannot identify them by using a telescope, ma'am. A telescope is
Mhm.
a tool meant to see into deep space. Ma'am, and also we would need light bouncing off the aircraft to see it. So we
Yeah,
something like we would need to shine light on it.
yes, we would need to shine light on it. That is true. Okay. You might not see still the full picture with the telescope, but you will need light bouncing off. Okay. You'll need light on it to see it clearly. Okay. But we can only, if it's dark, we can only identify it by its light. Okay. Sometimes they have like white lights, like two white lights or one red blinking light for us to identify that there are aircrafts, okay, moving in the dark. Now,
Ma'am, if you were in like a city area which is like one of these cities which is like example I think Hong Kong, where they have like or where they have like full lights all around every in the night it's like an entire all neon lighting like in Japan. Then I think
mhm,
because of all the lights on the ground you'll be able to see the aircraft.
we'll be able to see the aircraft, probably, Abraham, yes. Okay. Because those cities are so lit up, we'll be able to see the aircraft. But here, our cities, it's not lit up like that in like late into the night. So we can only see the red light of the aircraft. Now, categories of luminous and non-luminous objects we will do tomorrow. Okay. You have a 2 minute break, only 2 minutes, and then we will start maths. Okay. Have water and come back, and then we will start with maths. Hello, Joshua. Good morning.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Joshua, when you have time, please watch the previous lectures. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Please watch the previous videos. And if there are any doubts, you ask me. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, Abraham, Emma, we are about to start. Please come back. Did you all do the homework, Abraham and Emma?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay. Please update your homework. Okay. I'm going to check it. So please send it to me. Okay, now yesterday I taught you all to find principal, okay, to find P. Now today we will see how to find R, okay, how to find rate when A and P are given, okay, finding rate when principal and amount, principal and amount is given. Okay, when principal and amount is given. Now, see, in simple interest, what we were doing to find out the P, R, or T, we were using the simple interest formula. In compound interest, what we do, whether we have to find P, R, or T, we use the amount formula, the A formula. Take a look at this question. Take a look at this question. At a certain rate of interest, the principal rupees 64 becomes rupees 125 after 1.5 years compounded half yearly. Half yearly. Find R or find rate. Okay. Principal is 64. Okay. Becomes 125 after 1.5 years. Okay. So let's try on the values. P is 64. A is 125. Okay. T or N time period is 1.5 years. Okay. And rate I have to calculate. Okay, rate I have to calculate. Now 1.5 years it is there. Okay, 1.5. So n will become how much? Okay, n will become how much? In 1 year, there are two periods of half yearly, two periods of 6 months. So multiply 1.5 with 2. We'll get how much? 3. Okay, 3. Now this 3 you will use as n. Use the amount formula. A is equals to P 1 plus R upon 100 R upon 100 raised to the power 3. Okay. Now, what we will do? Let's put R by
R upon 2.
yes, R upon 3. Okay. Now what you will do? You will put the values. What is A? P 1 plus R by 2 upon 100 raised to the power 3. Okay. Or you can just put R by 2 also. Okay. You can just put R by 2 also, and later you can calculate it in percent. Later you can convert it into percent. Okay. Now, this 64 I will take to the other side. Okay. The 64 I will take to the other side. This side. Okay. What I will do? 125 upon 64. Okay. And then do its square. Okay. We will do its square. Okay, we'll find out its square and write the other side as it is. 1 plus R by 2 upon 100 raised to the power 3. Now 125, the square of 125 is how much? 5. Okay. Oh, sorry, cube we will take. We will take the cube.
Ma'am, because
Okay.
ma'am, because of 3 above.
Because of 3 above, Abraham. Okay. If it was 2 above, we would take square. If it is 3 above, we take cube. Okay. Either it's 2 or it's 3. Okay. So we will take cube. Now when we do 5 times 5, 25 times 5, 125. So the cube of 125 is 3. Okay. Sorry, 5. So we write 5. Okay. When we do 64, okay, 64,
Which is
it's
square 8.
it's 4. Okay. 4 fours are 16. Okay. 16 fours are 64. Okay. So 4 raised to the power cube. Okay. Raised to the power 3 is equals to 1 plus R by 2 by 100 raised to the power 3. Cancel 3's. Okay. We have cancelled 3's. What we have now, we are having 5 upon 4 is equals to 1 plus R upon 2 upon 100. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes, AB.
ma'am, now will we take the 1 to the other side and subtract it?
Do we take 1 to the other side? Yes, Abraham. We take 1 to the other side and subtract it. Yeah. 5 upon 4 minus 1 is equals to R by 2 by 100. Okay. When we take to the other side, we solve it. One by 4 we have. Okay. 1 by 4. One by 4 equals to r by 2 upon. Okay. Now this 100, that side I will take. Okay. So it becomes 104 will be multiplied. Okay. Sorry. 101
1 by
will.
4 into 100.
Yes.
Ma'am, I think
So
R is equal to 25%. I'm not sure.
correct, Abraham. Okay. Correct. It is correct. Whole R is equals to 100 into 2.
Ma'am, how do you get 4R?
Cross multiplication. Okay. By cross multiplication, we get 4R, 4R equal and 100 into 2, 200. R is equals to 50. Okay. 50 is annual rate. Okay. 50 is your annual rate. I told you all that what you will calculate first, you will get it. You will get annual rate. Okay. I have told this to you all before that what you will calculate, you will get annual rate. This 50% is annual. We break it, okay, take its half, because for 6 months or for like half yearly, it is 25%. Okay, so R is equals to 25% for half yearly.
Ma'am,
Yes.
and the 25% is after you divide it out by 2 or before you divide by 2?
After I divided it by 2, like before, when I solve this portion, I will get 50%, and then I'll divide it by 2 and I'll get 25% because 50 is annual rate. Okay, 50
No,
is the
ma'am. My question is, ma'am, suppose I have A is equal to P upon R by R. Ma'am, the R that is used in the formula, ma'am, will that R will be 50 or will it be 25?
that R that is used in the formula is 50, Abraham.
Okay, so ma'am, basically this is the R after the division by of 2 or by 4.
Yes, Abraham.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now once again I will explain it to you. Okay. Okay. Now in the question we have the principal, we have the amount, we have the time period. Okay. And in half yearly it is there. So half yearly it is 2n. Means the n you have to multiply with 2. So I did 1.5 into 2, which is equals to 3. Okay. Now amount formula is A is equals to P 1 plus R by 2 by 100 raised to the power 3. Okay. Raised to the power 3. Now we put the values, A value in the place of A, which is 125, P in the place of P64. Okay. And then remaining rest of it as it is you put. Okay. Rest of it as it is you put. And then you solve it. Okay. Solve it. If it is cube here, so take the cube of these numbers. If it is square, take the square of these numbers. To cancel it out, we cancel the powers. Once the powers are cancelled, we can easily calculate the value of R. Okay, you can easily calculate the
Ma'am,
value of R. Yes, Abraham,
ma'am, can you give us a sum like this?
I can give you a question like this. Yes. One moment. Okay. One more thing that is there. Okay. You can calculate it normally also. Okay. Like you can calculate it without using R by 2. Without using R by 2. Okay. If you are doing that, like I will remove R by 2 from the equation here and just use R. Let's see what we will get. Some places in your book they have just done it directly. Okay. So it will become 4R 4 because R and 4 will be cross multiplied. 4R is equals to 100. R is equals to 100 upon 4. Okay. Then you cancel
Ma'am,
and
ma'am, it'll
25.
be 25 only.
Yes, it is 25 only. Okay. So if you do it directly, you will directly get the rate. Okay. Without using the R by 2 or R by 4. Okay. If you're doing it only by R, you will directly get the rate. Okay. You will directly get the rate. So, okay, I suggest you use it directly. Okay. It's okay to use it directly. Okay. To find out the rate. Okay. One question I'll do with you of quarterly and then I'll give you more some question to try out. Okay. Let's do one question for quarterly basis.
Ma'am, there's one question, ma'am. So the real answer on the book, do I write it as 25% or do I write it as 50%?
25%, Abraham.
Ma'am, because this 25% is after you divide it by 2, right, ma'am?
No, when you remove it, you will directly get 25%.
Okay, ma'am. So we keep it as 1 plus R by 100. And we don't need to do
By 2, R by 2 or R by 4.
okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah, because if you do R by 2, you will get the annual rate, and then at the end you have to divide it by 2. If you're doing R by 4 in quarterly, in the end you will get the annual quarterly rate, and you have to divide it by 4 to get the answer. But if you're just doing R by 100, you will get quarterly or the half yearly rates.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah. So based on this, we will do one question now. Okay, based on this, we will do one question now.
Well, quarterly is the same, right? Because we just need to use quarterly. We just need to have quarterly, but we have to multiply the term by 4 and
Hmm.
get the answer. Ma'am, another thing is that you said that it will the 3 over here in these questions will always be 2 or 3. Ma'am,
Yeah,
ma'am, but if you're multiplying something by 4, even if you multiply 1 by 4, we get 4, ma'am.
you will mostly get 2 or 3 only, Abraham. Okay, you will mostly
Ma'am,
either
they'll give us it in points.
they will give us it, they will give it to us in points. No, either you'll get the power as 2 or 3 only. Okay, if you have to multiply also, you will get squares or cubes only. Okay, only squares and cubes you will get. Now, quarterly question we'll see. Have you written this full thing? Joshua, have you written it?
Almost done. I just have the last line. Right.
Last. Okay. write it Joshua first and then I'll show you quarterly question.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Joshua. Now, look at this question. Certain rate of interest annually the principal rupees 400.
So, ma'am, we're compounding now annually.
No, we are compounding quarterly.
Ma'am, why does it say the rate of interest annually?
The rate of interest annually, because we have to find out the annual, like rate of interest is annually, but question was a compounded quarterly, compounded annually. Okay,
So,
it
ma'am,
is like
this one it says annually means at a rate of time every now and then it's for like at a specific rate of time. It doesn't mean per year, right, ma'am? This
yeah,
okay, ma'am. Thank you.
okay, because becomes rupees 441 in 6 months. Then the interest is compounded quarterly.
Ma'am, I have a question, ma'am. Is the answer 5%?
Yes, Abraham. 5%. Wow, Abraham, very quick.
Ma'am, because when you simplify 441 upon 400, ma'am, it gives you 21 upon 20, ma'am. Since we're doing all the sums which are having 21 upon 20, ma'am, it is 5 upon 500. 105
Yes,
upon 500. 105 upon 500 divided by 5, I think, is 5%.
answer is 5%. Yep. Now, A is equals to P 1 plus R upon 100. Okay, about the N, N is 6 months, right? 6 months. So I have told you all to do 6 upon 12. Okay, like when it is given in monthly, you divide it by the total number of months. So
Ma'am,
6 the 6 2 the. Yes, 1 upon 2 into 4 because quarterly 4 parts are there. Okay, so half into 4, half 1 plus half 2. So n is 2.
ma'am, we can just divide 2 by 4 and by 2, ma'am. It will give us the same answer.
Yes,
Because we're finding half. Or we could, instead, we could also divide it by 0, or we could multiply it by 0.5.
yes it is. Yes. Okay, so it will be n will be 2. Now put the values in the formula. A is how much? 441. So 441 is equals to 400. 1 plus R, I don't know, by 100 raised to the power 2. Okay, now this 400 I will take this side. Okay, so 441 upon 400. 1 plus r upon 100 square. See, small 2 is there now. So I will find out the square root of 441 and 400. Okay, Joshua, how do you find out the square root? We do prime factorization, okay, and make pairs of two numbers to find out the square root. Okay, how do you find out the cube root? Again, Joshua, we do prime factorization, but for cube root, we do make pairs of three numbers. Okay.
Pardon, ma'am? I didn't hear you properly.
Yeah. When you're finding out the square root, you do prime factorization, make pair of two, multiply, and then find out the square root. When you're finding out the cube root, Joshua, you again do prime factorization, this time making the pair of three numbers, and then take one out, multiply, and find out the cube root. Okay? Find out the cube root. Now what we will do? 441 is the square of 21. So I can write it like this. 21 upon 400 is the square of 20 raised to the power 2 is equals to 1 plus r upon 100 raised to the power 2. Okay. Now I will cancel the 2 and 2 together. 2 and 2 I will cancel. So what I will be left with? 21 upon 20 equals to 1 plus r upon 100. Now at this point I will take this 1 this side. Okay, this 1 is minus plus here, that's it will become minus. So 21 upon 20 minus 1 is equals to r by 100. Okay, do the LCM. 20 into 1 to 20. 21 minus 20. So I will get how much? 1 upon 20. 1 upon 20 is equals to r upon 100. Cross multiply. 20 into r. 20 r is equals to 100. How to find r? R is equals to 100 upon 20. 0 to 0, 2 ones are 2, 2 fives are 10. R is how much? 5%. 5%. Okay. See, please note that this 5% is quarterly rate. This 5% is quarterly rate. What is annual rate? 5 into 4, 20%. Okay, 20% is annual and this 5% is quarterly rate. Okay, this 5% is quarterly rate and 20% will be your annual rate. Okay, got it? Tomorrow, I'll do with you a question of decimal. For right now, try out this question. Okay, I'm going to give you a question to try out. Tomorrow, Monday, I'll teach you decimal. What if we have decimal? Okay, what if the roots are not coming? You're unable to find the roots and all of certain numbers. How do we do? Yes, Joshua.
You said on Monday, ma'am. Tomorrow is Friday, ma'am.
Tomorrow is maths test, Joshua. Maths
Okay.
test 7.1 to 7.3. You are also giving it, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Because you joined in the 7th chapter, half 7th chapter. That is 7.1 to 7.3 is the test tomorrow.
Ma'am,
Yes, Abraham.
ma'am, can we have a test on Monday, ma'am? Because I just realized I'm not free on Saturday. And then I have a test. I have something up there for Saturday, Sunday, and Friday, ma'am. Can you please move the test to Monday, ma'am?
Move the test to Monday. Hmm. Okay. Yes, we can do that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Then Joshua and Emma, test will be Monday. Okay. Tomorrow class will be there.
Okay, ma'am, that works with me.
Okay. Yeah. Joshua sounds good. So
Ma'am.
yes, till Monday, Joshua, you have to prepare 7.1, 7.2, and 7.3 for the test. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Written, what's on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Quickly try out this question. Quickly try out this question. A is 12,100. B is 10,000. T or N, 2 years, compounded annually. Solve this. Okay. Solve this. A is 12100. T is 10,000. Okay. And time or N is 2 years compounded annually. Solve it using the A amount formula. Find out R and tell me what is R. I would suggest you to write quarterly rate as well as annually rate, annual rate. Okay, in the questions of half yearly, quarterly, in the questions of half yearly, quarterly. Okay, annually only one rate will be there. Okay, because annual it's not divided in parts. But if it is quarterly, then it will be there will be a rate for 3 months. For example, 5% is the rate for 3 months. What will be the rate for complete year? 5 into 4, okay, that is 20%. Yes. So when you are writing for quarterly or half yearly, if rate is for the like 6 months, the rate is 5%. For
Now,
1 year, the rate will be 10%. Okay. So you write both the quarterly or half yearly rate and the annual rate in the question.
You want us to write right now, annually, quarterly, and this? Or right now,
Uh,
just the answer?
right now, just solve this question right now. But next time, whenever you are doing these
Ma'am,
questions of do both the rates. Yes, Abraham.
ma'am is R equal to 10.
Is R equal to 10? Yes, Abraham. R is equal to 10.
Yes, ma'am. Also, I got 10%.
Ma'am,
You also got.
I found a new way of calculating it.
Okay. How, Abraham?
Ma'am, I think it's a little bit faster, ma'am. So what I was doing is, ma'am, I put 121 upon 100. No, I put 1,200 and 1,210, 100 and two zeros. I do the normal division. I cancel the zeros out, ma'am, and then I know that 10, 121, 100 can become 10, and 121 can become 11.
Hmm.
And then from the 11, I subtract 1, and then then I know it's 10%.
Okay. But Abraham, it would be better if you put the formula and show this working that I'm doing. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
I
And
would.
ma'am, you were saying something about calculating it annually.
Yes. Annual questions, only one rate will be there because it's already annually.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
And ma'am,
I
another thing is, ma'am,
yes.
is there a question where we don't have the time for the time?
That we don't have the
Time.
time. Yes, Abraham. We'll do those questions in
No,
the
ma'am,
coming
we
class.
don't have the time and we don't have the rate.
No, I don't think there's a question. I'll see, Abraham.
Ma'am, but we can still calculate it, right?
I think so. I think if I'll check if you have questions like that. If it's there, I will cover it. Okay.
Ma'am, it's because it will be either 2 or 3. So we just have to divide both the numbers, the principal by the rate, and then we can find the rate easily.
Yeah. 2 is equals to 1 plus r by 100. 2. Cancel the 2. Joshua, write this down. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Write this down, Joshua.
I am. Yes. What's my sequence here?
11 upon 10. Take 1 this side minus 1 equals to r. This becomes 1 upon 10 r upon 100. Cross multiply. Then r is equals to 100. R is equals to 100 upon 10. Cancel the zeros. R is 10%. This is the annual rate. In these questions, you only have the annual rate when you're compounding annually. If you're compounding quarterly, what I was explaining that time, okay, if your answer you are getting is quarterly rate, you are getting 5%. Also find the annual rate, which will be 5 into 4, 20%. Okay. If you're getting the half yearly rate, say 10%. Okay. Calculate the annual rate also. So it will be 10 into 2, 20%. 10 into 2, 20%. So give both rates and quarterly and annually, give both rates. Okay. Half yearly, quarterly, and annually. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Written this question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Right.
Now, okay. Homework is exercise 9.4. All the rate questions are there. All the rate questions are there. Please do 9.4 exercise. Okay. You have okay, rate only you have to find out in all the questions. Tomorrow we will do finding out time. When you have rate, when you have P, and when you have A, and you have to calculate time, that we will do tomorrow. Okay? Okay. See you all tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, have you gotten my test?
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.